Good afternoon. Let's start over with that again, ladies and gentlemen. Getting organized here. All right. Good afternoon to you from Saddleback Stadium on the campus of Saddleback College here in Mission Viejo on an absolutely gorgeous, perfect day for a men's community college soccer game. Got a good one today. Orange Empire Conference action between the visiting Golden West Rustlers and the home team, the Saddleback Bobcats, here at Saddleback Stadium, which for what the rest of the world calls football, for Saddleback soccer matches in the tradition of English professional football as an homage to them. I will be referring to Saddleback Stadium for soccer games here as College Drive East in the spirit of the Caro Road, Bromwell Lane, Goodison Park location-based stadium names that they use in English professional football as the Bobcats build a powerhouse program here on the men's side in their first season of competition in men's soccer since the school opened in 1968. I am Mark Spin, and I am calling the game for you today. We are live here on the YouTube live stream from the Department of Cinema, Television, and Radio. Matt Brodet, your technical engineer. Skip Rocks on camera for you. Let's get ready to get this started. Our officials for the day are Munoz is our referee, and the linesmen are Mayer and Schlesinger. And we are just about underway. All right, coming into the game, it's the third ever conference game for the Bobcats. They are 1-1. Won their conference opener against Cyprus last week and then dropped one on Friday at Santa Ana 2-0 for their first loss in conference play in school history. Golden West comes in at 1-0-1 with a victory and a tie, defeated Santiago Canyon 2-0 in their last game on Friday, tied Irvine Valley 1-1, and we are underway. When we get a little break in the action, I'll run through the starting lineups for you. Temperature today down on the field about 82 degrees, just absolutely perfect. Here at College Drive East, Saddleback Stadium. A little change in the Bobcats starting lineups. Sep Sotoshakan is in for Joel Smith. Joel played the second half against Santa Ana on Friday, but is not in the starting lineup today for the second consecutive game. He's seen a lot of minutes early in the season, so Coach B.J. McNichol probably just giving him a break. He is tied in the team lead for goals with Sep. Both have 5 apiece. Joel Smith, the leading scorer, with 12 points, 5 goals, and 2 assists. Overall, Golden West is, interestingly enough, 5 ties for the Wrestlers. They're 2-2-5. 4 of those draws have come on the road. Saddleback would like to add a defeat into their column because that would push them ahead of the Wrestlers in the Orange Empire Conference standings, where the Bobcats have 2 points for their 3 points, for their victory over Cyprus, while the Wrestlers are at 4 points with a victory and a tie. 3 points for the victory for the Bobcats would move them up ahead of GWC early in this conference action season. Good movement by the Bobcats attacking down the side. Aquino puts a nice ball out on the left side. Shot just misses wide. Good, solid effort by Sep. He is a goal-scoring machine, has a nose for the posts, as they say. He's a 6'2 freshman out of Irvine High School. Big, strong kid, gives them an extra dimension, especially on set plays like this on a free kick with Aquino in the corner, doing his usual duty as the corner kick specialist. Sep's height gives him the opportunity to get up there and get ahead on it. Nice ball into the middle. That's Daniel Berrigan in goal for the Rustlers. Comes off the line and pulls that one down, and Golden West will go on the attack. First corner kick of the game goes to the Bobcats. We're in the 3rd minute. If you're not familiar, nice ball down the right-hand side. Golden West making an attack, centering pass, broken up by Aquino, was there in the middle, got back well, and Saddleback will move it out of their end. As I was saying, if you're not familiar with community college soccer, they do a countdown clock, 45 minutes down to 2 minutes, where the remaining time is kept on the field by the referee, plus stoppage time in each half. That's different than the traditional count-up clock, where we start at 0 then go to 45, and then 45 up to 90, and stoppage time is announced. They don't give that to you here at the community college level, but we'll do our best to keep you informed when we get to the 2-minute stop point on the stadium clock. Aquino on the right-hand sideline. Tyler Peterson back to Aquino, splitting defenders. Golden West does a nice job of thwarting that would-be attack. Jean-Pierre De La O in the starting lineup for the Bobcats today, number 4, defender. He sends it to midfield. Golden West heads that away. Simus in a little foot duel. Nice move by Spencer. Moving to the right side, throws a centering ball in. Berrigan again comes off the line. Saddleback had an opportunity. Sepp got up there. I think he got a piece of it, but it got knocked towards the far corner. Goes out into touch, as they say. So the Bobcats will have a throw-in. Ryan Mann is the throw-in specialist on these long distance that are almost like a corner kick. Number 17, he's coming over to take it for the Bobcats as they retrieve the ball. Freshman out of Aliso Niguel High School. 0-0 here in the 6th minute at College Drive East. Saddleback Stadium. There's that throw-in by Mann. Headed up and away. Berrigan comes off, loses it, and he's going to fumble it out of bounds into touch. So that sets up another corner kick for the Bobcats. Just a flat-out drop by Daniel Berrigan, sure-handed goalkeeper for the the Rustlers. Making his 9th start with a goals against average of 1.38. He's got 2 shutouts on the season. Those were including the Santiago Canyon 2-0 victory last Friday. Corner kick intercepted there by Berrigan. Sends a nice ball down the field. Great run down the left-hand side. Saddleback gets back. Christopher Loera had some room down the left-hand side. Sophomore out of Sunny Hills High School, but the Bobcats did what they needed to do to thwart that as well. In goal today for the Bobcats is Nicholas Harrison. This is his 3rd start of the season. He's a freshman. 5'9" freshman out of Laguna Hills High School. Hasn't been tested yet. There's Jean-Pierre De La O, as I mentioned in the starting lineup today, number 4. He's in a duel down the right-hand side. The flag goes up. The Rustlers were offside. It'll be goal kick for Saddleback. Let's get you some starting lineups now while we've got a moment. For the visiting Rustlers, Daniel Berrigan in goal, as we mentioned. Sean Allen, a defender, Eddie Lopez. And their leading scorer, Francisco Vieira from Portugal. He's got 6 goals on the season, and nobody else on the team has more than 1. So he is by far their most potent offensive weapon, a center midfielder. As we mentioned, out of Porto, Portugal. Came over to Golden West. He's a sophomore. Joel Garcia, a defenseman out of Pioneer High School in Whittier. Christopher Loera, as we mentioned, a winger from Sunny Hills. Jesus Melgoza, small print on the Golden West Rustler roster page. Jesus Melgoza is a midfielder out of Servite High School in Anaheim. Long throw-in again by the Bobcats. They had an opportunity there, but nobody could get a head or a foot on the long throw-in. Golden West knocks it away. Mendoza's got a whistle. It goes back to the Bobcats. And they on the right-hand sideline. Chikamwe Diabe and Christopher Solari, the other starters for Golden West today. Their coach in his 10th year, Alex Jimenez. Sepp in the corner. It's a high centering ball over there. Pedro Castillo tried to do something with it. The Wrestlers are able to knock it to midfield, and there's another run down the midfield. Once again, Harrison comes off the line to negate the attempt. A couple of times that the Wrestlers have tried a long lead pass on a run. Both times they've had an opportunity, but Saddleback defenders have gotten back. That time Harrison came off the line as Loera was well marked, well challenged. We're 8 minutes in. 0-0. Orange Empire Conference men's soccer action. Golden West 2-2-5, as we mentioned, 2 wins, 2 losses, 5 draws, including 4 draws on the road. Saddleback 4-2-1, 4 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. Saddleback 1-1 in conference. Golden West 1 win, 1 tie. 4 points for the Wrestlers, 3 points for the Bobcats in the standings. Saddleback looking to pull ahead of Golden West in the standings with a victory here today. So Francisco Vieira, the sophomore from Portugal, 6 goals and assists for 13 points, 19 shots on the season. He's number 7 for the Wrestlers, who are in the white, going right to left from the camera view. Saddleback in their home cardinal and gold, going left to right here in the first half. So Francisco Vieira will move around the field to scoring opportunities. There's Tyler Peterson trying to get in there, and he made a nice, hard, aggressive move, nicely marked by Golden West, prevent Tyler from getting a shot off. Tyler scored the first ever goal for Saddleback College's men's program in their opening game earlier this season. Remains his only goal on the year, but he continues to put an aggressive effort challenging from that right wing side. Saddleback's going to get set up for a free kick here after the foul on the Wrestlers. The wall knocks it down. That was Juan Ponce who tried to get it around or above the wall. Golden West well defended. There's Ryan Mann trying to center it. Again taken by the Wrestlers. Vieira there. He sends it up to the left sideline. Looking for Loera breaking free on a run down the left side, but Saddleback was back and the ball went into touch out of bounds. Alex Avila clears it all the way across the field to Jean-Pierre De La O. Jean-Pierre is a freshman out of El Toro High School. A lot of local kids on the Saddleback program. Peterson now on the right side. Taps it right back to Juan Ponce. Spencer Simus on the left-hand side. Left foots it, tries to center it. It's loose in the middle. It comes over to Juan. Juan's got a chance to put it. No, he can't get the shot off. Took maybe one extra dribble trying to get control of it. Golden West knocks it out of the box back to midfield, where Avila sends it back to Simus, who heads it there. Good opportunity. Shot on goal is defended well. It went right at Daniel Berrigan. Good opportunity for the Bobcats. Good ball movement, aggressive up the field. That was Pedro Castillo. Tried to one-time it past Daniel Berrigan. Couldn't get it done, but a good, solid, aggressive effort. Really the first offensive push by Saddleback that had a productive outcome, even though there was no goal. So Berrigan is 6'3". He's a sophomore out of Long Beach, Jordan. So he's got some wingspan. Tough to get it above and around him. As I mentioned, 2 shutouts on the season. And that 1.38 goals against average, 2 shutouts. He's been the keeper for Golden West for much of the season. Almost all of their games. Keeper of record in those 3 of the 5 draws. Interesting record, 2-2-5 for Golden West. There's an opportunity there. Loera, Saddleback's wall De La O and friends were in good position to knock that away. And here comes Jean-Pierre up the left side. Gets it over to Castillo. Knocked out of, they're going to give it to the Bobcats on a throw near midfield. Rustlers were calling for it to be off of Pedro, but it stays with the Bobcats. Another rule here in community college soccer, well, we've got a quick minute, there is unlimited substitution if you weren't aware, and you may re-enter the game as well. So there will be substitutes coming on and off throughout the game. You won't have someone holding up the digital sign with the player coming off and the player coming on. So players can come out, get a break, and go back in. Ian Farrelly coming on, number 18 for Saddleback, freshman defender out of Trabuco Hills High School. And you've heard me say it before, but the Bobcats are in their first year ever of men's soccer. Saddleback College opened in 1968, first season for the Bobcats competing in men's soccer in school history. Coach B.J. McNichol, also the coach since 2012 of the women's team, doing double duty, head coach of both programs, men's and women's. The women are 7-0-1. There's a run down the right side. Tyler Peterson centers a beautiful centering pass. Sepp can't quite get there. Sepp is probably, he's looking down like he thought he should have been able to get a cleat on it. Could have gotten a boot. It was a nice look by Tyler. Beautiful centering pass, setting up Sepp. But it ends up going harmlessly into touch on the far side of the field, and the Rustlers bring it back on a throw-in. Another good opportunity, good aggressive push by the Bobcats to no avail. Golden West quickly back down on the other side. Eddie Lopez, number 6. Loses it, a little sloppy down at either end occasionally here early on, but we're in the 16th minute, 0-0. First half, visiting Golden West in the white against Saddleback in the Cardinal and gold. Bobcats looking to bounce back from their first ever conference loss. Orange Empire Conference play, lost 2-0 to Santa Ana. It was 0-0 at halftime. Santa Ana got 2 second half scores to put that away. Nice look right there. Loera's made a couple of nice runs. That was a beautiful attempt by Joel Garcia, freshman out of Pioneer High School. Number 8 with the possible assist right there. Loera just couldn't quite come up with it, but it was good effort by both of them. They have a good sync, the Rustlers do, on those runs. Good timing. There's Sepp aggressively going towards the goal box. And Sepp's going to get called on the foul. And a goal kick for the Rustlers. It is a perfect day for a football match here at Saddleback Stadium. College Drive East. And there's another long lead pass. Centering. Vieira had a chance. Play on, says referee Munoz. And the Rustler bench not happy, but he got marked well in the box, taken away, clean challenge. I believe it was Alex Avila who stopped that attempt. Alex has done a tremendous job defensively, number 13, for the Bobcats in all of their games. Had multiple strong plays in the victory over Cyprus in the opening Orange Empire Conference game. Juan Ponce, number 25, freshman midfielder out of Capo Valley, just right down the street here from Saddleback College. Peterson, Simus, Spencer goes back to Tyler Peterson on the right side. He dribbles middle of the field, leaves it over there for Spencer. Nice move again by Spencer to get around defender. Nothing doing on anybody cutting towards the goal. Rustlers knock it away, and now they've got a little bit of a break coming down the side. Here's Vieira. Francisco showing off his footwork. Loses it into touch, but you can see he's got skills. That's why he's got 6 goals for Saddleback, by far their leading scorer. For Golden West. Porto, Portugal for Francisco. Nathan Aquino, Simas and Avila try the right side. Now they'll swing it over to Ryan Mann. Moving up the left side between defenders. Got a little bit of room. Gets it in the middle to Sepp. Golden West converges there defensively. Nothing anybody's going to do with that. Kind of a free ball. They send it back to Berrigan. And he sends it up the right side. Kind of an errant long pass attempt by Berrigan. Saddleback's got an opportunity now. Back in the Golden West end. There's Juan Ponce. Centering pass. Good run on the interior by Pedro Castillo. Juan made a nice, quick, short pass just outside the goalkeeper box, the 6-yard box. And the Bobcats will get another corner. Nathan Aquino sends it nicely into the box. It's kicked around. Oh, nice play by Golden West to head that away. A couple of Bobcats had designs on putting that one into the back of the net, but Golden West did an excellent job knocking it away. Another throw in here for the Bobcats near midfield. So the Bobcats started Nathan Aquino, Jean-Pierre De La O, Pedro Castillo, Alex Avila, Ryan Mann, Tyler Peterson, Sepp Sode-Kashan, Alex Martinez, Juan Ponce, and Nicholas Harrison in goal, as I mentioned earlier. So again, Joel Smith not starting for the second consecutive game. He is the leading scorer for the Bobcats, but this just might be load management at this point because he's played a lot of minutes. He is their leading scorer. He did play in the second half in the loss against Santa Ana on Friday. No news if there's any kind of a little nagging injury or anything like that. We won't speculate. But Coach McNichol does play a lot of players. There's a beautiful long pass centering it. Oh, great save by Harrison. Great save by Nicholas Harrison on a hard, aggressive shot. It's going to be a corner kick for the Rustlers. Jesus Melgoza with the hard rifle shot after he made the nice cut, got a beautiful pass. But Harrison dove to his right. Beautiful stop by the keeper for the Bobcats. And Francisco Vieira will take the corner on the near side for Golden West. Sends it high, far side, far post. Donovan Riley tried to run it down just into the game for the Rustlers, number 9. But it goes into touch. Throw in for the Bobcats, and they'll try and get it out of their end. After the best opportunity by either team so far, Jesus Melgoza denied by Nicholas Harrison, who dove to his right and knocked it into touch to set up a corner, but kept it out of the back of the net. No net court dancing at the 22-minute mark. 23 minutes to go on the countdown clock, just over that. 0-0 here at Saddleback College. Mark Spin, glad to be here with you today in this third Orange Empire Conference game for both teams. Rustlers, 1 win, 1 draw. Saddleback, 1 win, 1 loss. Bobcats looking for the 3 points to move ahead of the Rustlers in the OEC standings. Here comes Golden West. Vieira at midfield. Long pass. Oh, and Riley never saw it coming. I think he may have just gotten in the way on the cut where Vieira was trying to drive it down to let one of his wingers run it down. I think he had designs on Lucas Chavez, number 29, on the left wing. Riley was cutting that way, and it just happened to bounce off of him. Saddleback looking to take a little bit better care of the ball in the midfield area to prevent those kinds of opportunities for Francisco. Abe, number 36, heads that one into touch, which is out of bounds in the English soccer terminology. If you've watched your Ted Lasso, you might know that reference. Aquino over to Alex Avila, sends it over to Mann, right at midfield. Bobcats trying to get something up. That's Farrelly, number 18, on the left side for the Bobcats. Hard dribble down the left sideline, nicely marked there. Good job by the Rustlers. Abe turning away Ian Farrelly. It goes out of bounds off of the Rustlers. So another throw-in, a lot of throw-ins here for the Bobcats in the first half. They're getting some pressure, just not a lot of good opportunities. Couple of peaks at the goal, but nothing where Daniel Berrigan has truly been challenged just yet. One hard direct shot, I believe, by Pedro Castillo earlier. Berrigan comes off the goal line to knock that one back in the middle. Spencer Simas with a long shot just off the far right post. Good effort there by Spencer. Saw a gap in the defense. The freshman out of J. Sarah High School, powerhouse boys soccer program in high school, defending national champions. Spencer was part of that team at J. Sarah in San Juan Capistrano last year. Good, strong left-footed attempt. Missed the far post by a couple of feet. Berrigan made a good dive at it anyway, but good aggressive effort by Spencer, the freshman midfielder. Berrigan on the goal kick. There's Abe. He sends it over the right side. They've got a little speed on the wings, the Rustlers do. Nicely marked again by Saddleback. Castillo is over there. Castillo and Farrelly. No, that's Carlo. Brian Landazuri Carlo in the number 11 in the game for the Bobcats. Forgive me on the numbers, folks. Here at Saddleback College, this beautiful new Saddleback Stadium, College Drive East, is gorgeous, and the press box is, as Chick Hearn used to say, high above the western sideline. Here come the Rustlers. Riley on the right wing on a nice pass, tries to get something going back to his teammate who made the pass, Joey Trujillo. Trujillo made a nice pass over to Donovan Riley on the right wing. Riley tried to get it back to Joey. Good job by Saddleback to knock that out of the way and set up on their own end. So number 11, Brian Landazuri Carlo in the game for the Bobcats. As I said, free substitution here, free unlimited substitution in community college soccer. So you'll see a lot of players, and B.J. McNichol does play a lot of players. He's got depth. Nice challenge there by Nathan Aquino down the left-hand side, and it stays with the Rustlers on the throw-in. They've got an opportunity here. Lucas Chavez, number 29, gets it into Francisco Vieira. Nicely challenged there by Kevin Sanchez in the game, midfielder out of San Juan Hills. Another freshman. It's pretty much all freshmen for the Bobcats, given that it's the first year of the program. Paul Chen, a sophomore defender, number 3. He will probably see action at some point. He is the lone sophomore on the active roster. Check that. Edgar Cardoso as well from San Juan Hills, another sophomore. So the Bobcats have a couple of sophomores and a whole bunch of freshmen, most of them local South Orange County kids. Excited to have the opportunity to play at the community college level in their neck of the woods. Corner here for Golden West. Goes harmlessly across the field. Vieira had a little bit too much weight on that one. And we remain at 0-0. Under 18 to go on the countdown clock. We're in the 28th minute here in the first half. 0-0. Saddleback and Golden West. Good challenges defensively by both teams. There's a long lead pass kind of gets harmlessly knocked out of the way. Tried to get it to Kevin Sanchez running down the right wing. Abe coming over there does a nice job defensively again. That's 2 or 3 good plays by Abe. He's out of Roosevelt High School in Los Angeles. 6'4", 190, good size on defense. Out in front of Daniel Berrigan, and he's made his presence known here in the first half. Saddleback trying to get to the middle of the field. Sanchez puts it back over to Farrelly. Scramble for it outside the box. Simas, left footer to the middle, headed nicely. Oh, erroneously moves over to the other side of the box. Alex Martinez, number 25 for the Bobcats, tried to make something out of the errant header that moved back towards Golden West goal. Avila, Simas, long centering pass. This time the wrestlers are well positioned and knock that cleanly out of the way. And now they've got to run up the left-hand side. Vieira with a nice ball. Tried to hit his teammate Trujillo. Saddleback again, as they've done all season, a tremendous job getting back defensively. You don't see a lot of clean runs, breakaways, even when they're perfectly timed. Saddleback's got good speed and good instincts defensively. They made the work of their goalkeepers easier. Nicholas Harrison with that beautiful save on Melgosa's attempt earlier. The only real challenge by either team. Pedro Castillo had the shot against Berrigan, but it was kind of right at him. Harrison had to make a hard diving stop to his right, which would have been a certain goal to keep things at 0-0. Simas in the middle with it after the throw-in. Goes over to Aquino on the right-hand side. Aquino's got Sanchez. Aquino tries to head it in to Pedro Castillo, comes back out. Nothing doing for the Bobcats there. Sanchez taking it to the middle. Simas, good little weighted ball over to Farrelly on the left-hand side. He's marked well. We'll see what Ian decides to do with it. He tried to get around him on a little elevated kick move. Rustlers weren't buying it. Got a foul on the Bobcats. It'll be a free kick for Golden West as we're in the 31st minute. 0-0 here at Saddleback College, Orange Empire Conference men's soccer. Thank you for joining us on this Saddleback College Department of Cinema, Television, and Radio live stream. Matt Rodet, our chief engineer, producer, director, man extraordinaire, running the technical side. Skip Rocks, our cameraman. I am Mark Spinn. Thank you for joining us. If you're in the neighborhood, it is just a perfect day to be watching a football match on the beautiful pitch here at College Drive East, Saddleback Stadium, which is on College Drive East, if you're wondering why I keep saying that. As I mentioned, it's an homage to the English tradition of frequently naming the stadiums for the location where they are. Carroll Road, Brummel Lane, Goodison Park, and the street that runs right out in front of here at the stadium. The physical address is College Drive East, part of the beautiful Saddleback College campus. Here in Mission Viejo, where it is in the low 80s, very little wind, a nice day to be watching the Rustlers and Bobcats. Aquino headed nicely to Simas, who's been active and aggressive, comes up the right-hand side. The freshman from J. Sarah. Dominic Ochoa, number 19 in the game, had a touch. Beat Jay McNichol going to his bench. Sanchez. That's Martinez. And now they got something in the left-hand corner. Carlo, number 11. Brian Landazuri Carlo. He's a freshman out of Aliso Niguel. I believe the Bobcats have already used 5 substitutes here in the first half. And again, we expect to see Joel Smith in the second half, but we're not quite sure his status. Nice headed attempt on the long throw-in. Martinez put it towards the goal. Wasn't on target. Goal kick for the Rustlers. As we're under 12 minutes on the countdown clock. In the 25th minute, traditionally speaking. And Berrigan will take his time. As I mentioned, it's a beautiful day. It's warm. It's warmer than it's been in that artificial surface here, Saddleback Stadium. A little hotter for the players down there because it's all in the sun at this time of day, this time of year. Long goal kick by Berrigan, headed away by the Bobcats. Tried to get it to Francisco Vieira at midfield. There's Nathan Aquino, does a nice job keeping that errant pass in control. The Bobcats will try the other side of the field, but there's an errant pass by the Bobcats. Melgosa, number 23, making a move towards the box, tries to get it over to Vieira, who is nicely positioned, and it's going to go into touch for a goal kick for the Bobcats. So Melgosa making some solid offensive moves for the Rustlers, the freshman out of Servite High School in Anaheim. From Anaheim, he went to Servite High School. So Nicholas Harrison taps it into Alex Martinez. He sends a nicely weighted ball up to Nathan Aquino. Wasn't sure it was for him, and it was. He looked ahead to Sanchez. The Rustlers were able to knock it into touch harmlessly. I think if Nathan had stayed the course, he might have been able to beat Golden West and win that ball and send it on ahead. So Avila sends it in the middle. Dominic Ochoa had it for a moment. Now they'll try the other side of the field. Nice centering pass there. Good speed run. Shot is off the side of the net. Good, solid effort. I believe that was Parsa in the game for the Bobcats, number 16. Got the binoculars on them, folks. They're not the biggest numbers in the world. And like I said, we are high above the western sideline. Goal kick for the Rustlers, regardless. Might have been Marco Cortez, number 15. Yeah, that's who it was. Had to get the binoculars cleanly on that jersey, and it was Marco Cortez, who had a nice attempt, just put it off the side of the net, but a good aggressive push by the Bobcats. No harm to the Rustlers, though, as we approach 8 minutes left on the countdown clock, and now a little bit of room on the right side for the Bobcats. Aquino tried to get it into Simus in the middle. The Bobcats like to play off that high center midfielder, kind of like a high post in basketball. Joel Smith is especially adept at it. And there's an offside flag against the Rustlers. Melgosa trying to get ahead, just a little bit off timing there. Flag was up. Saddleback puts it back into play. Martinez, Avila, back over to Ryan Mann. Pedro Castillo trying to make a move there, gets fouled. Hard challenge. Referee Mendoza's coming over to check on Pedro Castillo, number 8, who is okay, it appears to be. Pedro's 6', 175 out of Trabuco Hills. As I mentioned, a lot of South County high schools: Laguna Hills, Capo Valley, San Juan Hills, J. Serra, San Clemente, Santa Margarita, Aliso Niguel, Mission Viejo, Tesoro, and then you've got some kids from Irvine who are down here. So a lot of local products on the Saddleback roster. Headed around in the box, there's Carlo trying to get it over to the weak side. Golden West has done a good job of filling in those gaps. It looks like it's open for the Bobcats on the weak side, but they converge quickly and shut it down. That last attempt by Marco Cortez was the best opportunity on the weak side flip of the field that Saddleback has tried when they've challenged in the box. Give you a little statistical update while they're setting up for the free kick. Sports Information Director Brad Hoyseth. Saddleback College keeps us up to date on all the good stuff. Saddleback has 7 shots, one by Melgosa. Shots on goal for Saddleback is 3, so it's 7-1 in shots for Saddleback, 3-1 for shots on goal. Nicholas Harrison had the one great save on Melgosa. Berrigan's had a couple of routine ones, but needed to be made, and he has done so. Bobcats have 3 corner kicks to 2. Couple offsides on the Rustlers. 6 fouls on the Bobcats, no yellow cards. It's been a well-played half. You know, defensively, both teams are keeping the others from doing what they want. So far, Saddleback neutralizing leading scorer for Golden West, Francisco Vieira, the sophomore from Portugal. Sepp comes back on, number 23, the 6'2 freshman out of Irvine, replacing Pedro Castillo, who was shaken up just a minute ago, walking a little gingerly, but Pedro will be okay. He's a tough kid. Aquino, corner kick specialist for the Bobcats, looking to get something going. Into the box, headed around by a couple of players. It went off the Rustlers, so it should be a repeat corner kick on the other side this time for Saddleback. Let's see where the linesman, yeah, they're saying it's coming over to this side of the pitch. And we'll see if, now they're going to put it back on the other side. All right, so Nathan's going to do a rinse and repeat from the far corner as it's under 4 minutes on the countdown clock. 42nd minute. Nathan, nicely weighted ball again, a little too high for Sepp, even at 6'2". He couldn't quite get up in that one. But Carlos got it, puts it back towards the goal mouth. Headed nicely, beautiful save by Berrigan. He just kind of instinctively threw out a body part, and somehow he kept that one from going into the back of the net. Nice pressure by the Bobcats, continuing on the rebound. Bobcats wanted something in the box. Referee Mendoza says play on, and Golden West will just send it down the field to Nicholas Harrison to kind of regroup a little bit. That was good pressure from the Bobcats. I did not see who had the shot. There were 3 Bobcats there in the 6-yard box. But Berrigan or one of his teammates somehow kept that from getting back in to the back of the net. And we remain at 0-0. In the 43rd minute now, as I mentioned, at 2 minutes, which will be just about under a minute to that, the clock will stop on the scoreboard. Long lead pass, nicely. Oh, Berrigan came off the goal line. Little dangerous play by Daniel, but it worked out for him. It was a beautifully weighted, long, high, centering pass from behind midfield. Trying to get that to Carlo, who made a great run, but Berrigan timed it perfectly, came off the goal line to the top of the box and reeled that one in. So as I mentioned, at 2 minutes, the clock stops on the scoreboard in community college soccer, and the final 2 minutes of regular clock play plus any stoppage time. There's a little breakaway, no flag up, good dribbling move, strong. Oh, the Bobcats get back. Alex Avila saves the day. Alex Avila, beautiful play by Alex to come back. Nicholas Harrison came off the line after they finally got that run clear. Eddie Lopez, number 6, I believe, was the one who had the opportunity. Great job by Alex to knock that over the goal line, because I think Nicholas Harrison was going to be beaten after Lopez made the great move to get by the Saddleback defenders. As I said, I believe that was Eddie Lopez, number 6, who had the run there and the opportunity. And we are at the 2 minutes of the clock has stopped. So now referee Mendoza is keeping these last 2 minutes plus stoppage time on the field. We won't probably know how much stoppage time unless I happen to see what he flashes. Header in the corner kick. Nothing doing there. They didn't get much on it. But you can imagine Nicholas Harrison's heart rate is up after that run by Eddie Lopez, who comes back down the left side this time. Nice challenge by Nathan Aquino. Nathan Aquino does a nice job. So Harrison dealt with the corner kick. That was easy for him. The play that set up the corner, that was Alex Avila coming out of nowhere to take it away from Lopez and put it over the end line. So we remain at 0-0 as we approach most likely the end of regulation in the first half and are probably now into stoppage time, which should not be too extensive. Saddleback trying to get something going before the end of the half. Like to get that goal on the board to take the lead into halftime. Spencer Simus with it out near midfield on the right-hand side of the pitch. Avi Lyle sent it back to Harrison. Nicholas. Interesting first half. A couple of more dramatic opportunities for Golden West. Both denied. Once on a great save by Harrison. Once on the great play by Alex Avila coming back on defense. Saddleback, no real point blank chances, but they did have one where Golden West had multiple people. I wasn't sure if it was Berrigan or one of his defenders, but Bobcats got in the box and got one off from close range, but it ricocheted off of a rustler. Hard to tell from this angle exactly how that played out, but regardless, it was no goal. And there is the whistle for the, no, it's a foul. Nope, that's the end of the first half. Referee Mendoza looked as if he might be pulling out his notepad to perhaps issue a card there, but that's just the end of the first half. So at the end of the first half here in Orange Empire Conference action, visiting Golden West 0, Saddleback 0, no score at halftime. We'll be back with the second half and the first half statistics in about 15 minutes. Stick with us here on the Cinema, Television, and Radio Department live stream of today's Orange Empire Conference men's soccer game. We'll be back. Welcome back to Saddleback College, Saddleback Stadium. We're at halftime of today's Orange Empire Conference men's soccer match. We have 0-0, Golden West 0, Saddleback 0 after 45 minutes. Getting ready for the second half of the match here today at Saddleback Stadium, which I always refer to in the English Professional Soccer League homage to their naming of stadiums by location. This is College Drive East, the street on which the stadium resides. You can just think of it as Saddleback Stadium if you'd like. Some first half stats in this 0-0, 0-0 halftime situation. Golden West had 3 shots on goal, no goals. Saddleback 9 shots, 4 on goal. 5 corners for the Bobcats, 3 for the Golden West Rustlers. 6 fouls on Saddleback, 3 on Golden West. No yellow cards or red cards on either team. Goalkeeper Daniel Berrigan had 3 saves. Nicholas Harrison for Saddleback had 2, including a tremendous diving save to his right to keep this from being 1-0 in the favor of the visiting Rustlers, who are in white, going left to right. Here in the second half, Saddleback in their home Cardinal in goal, going right to left. And there's Joel Smith in the game, leading scorer for the Bobcats. Did not play in the first half against Santa Ana last week in the previous game for Saddleback, but in the lineup now. We're not sure if he's got one of those nagging injuries, and Coach B.J. McNichol just wants to limit minutes. He is their leading scorer with 5 goals, tied with Sep Sode Shakan, who started at the forward position in his place in the first half, and I'm sure we'll see Sep again here in the second half. But Joel Smith, number 20, on the pitch for the Bobcats as we're underway here in the second half. 0-0, visiting Golden West in their white. They'll be going left to right. From the camera view here in the second half, Spencer Simus, Carlo with it, nicked around by the Bobcats, trying to get something going. Marco Cortez in the game, number 15, for Saddleback, and it'll be a goal kick for Golden West. Just about 2 minutes in here in the second half. I am Mark Spen. Thank you for joining us here on the Saddleback College Department of Cinema, Television, and Radio Production. Our pleasure to bring you this live stream led by Chief Engineer and man of all activity, actions, and trades for these live streams, Matt Brodet. From the CTVR department, our technical guru, Skip Rocks, on the camera here today. We enjoy bringing in these games in the first season of men's soccer at Saddleback College. Bobcats 4-2-1, coming in 1-1 in conference play. Win and a loss last week, defeating Cyprus, falling to Santa Ana. Golden West is 2-2-5, 5 draws in 9 games for the Rustlers. And they are 1-0-1 with a win and a draw. A draw with Irvine Valley and a victory over San Diego Canyon. Ryan Mann centers it in. Smith tried to get to it. Nice job by the Rustlers. Martinez into Spencer Simus. Done a nice job in the first half. A lot of activity by Spencer, the freshman out of J. Sarah. Nice move along the right sideline, but going nowhere with it just because of the solid defensive effort by the Rustlers. And that was Tyler Peterson, I believe, number 21, trying to get himself free over there. I'll try and get the starting lineups for each team for the second half for you. Got Alex Avila, Alex Martinez, corner kick in from Aquino, goes to the far side of the box. Juan Ponce trying to run it down. Multiple defenders. Take the ball away. Nice job there by Joel Smith to try and keep it in the Golden West end. The Rustlers trying to get it out of there, but there's Spencer Simus with a loose ball. Good aggressive action by him and Juan. Headed away by Joel Smith. And Golden West will get the throw in. individually in the first half. Not a lot to report on, just because there hasn't been. Eddie Lopez had the 2 shots. One of them resulted in the incredible diving save by Harrison. Here comes Joel Smith, left footer to the far post, will not find the back of the net. Good aggressive effort by Joel. He looks like he's ready to go here in the second half after sitting out the first half in this game and the game at Santa Ana on Friday, which was the 2-0 loss for the Bobcats to drop them to 1-1 in Orange Empire Conference play. Francisco Vieira, number 7, right there at midfield in the camera. He is the leading scorer for the Bobcats, 6 goals. Loose ball, Spencer Simus runs it down. He's got a defender to his right. He puts it towards the net, but nobody is there on the right side. Pedro Castillo get it on the far side of the box. He sends it back out to Martinez, who thought about a long shot, now launches one, just goes over the top of the bar. Good aggressive effort by Alex. Nothing to show on the scoreboard for it, but the defender came up and made a nice, strong, right-footed attempt, went over the bar. Daniel Berrigan was probably in position to make the save, but Saddleback trying to get something going offensively because it is 0-0. Neither team has really had too many great opportunities. Saddleback maybe has had the better pressure. I would say the Golden West has had the more realistic scoring opportunities on a couple of long lead passes, beautiful runs, Lopez especially, but Nicholas Harrison came up big on a diving save to his right side, and then Alex Avila came back and knocked another ball across the end line when it looked like it was going to be a difficult one-on-one situation. Headed down the field, Joel Smith will chase it down on the right sideline. He's marked hard there by the Rustlers. It'll be a throw-in. Christopher Solano did a nice job keeping Joel from having free will with the ball on the right-hand sideline, but the Bobcats will throw it in, and Ryan Mann, their specialist in these long sideline throw-ins that almost end up being like a corner kick in terms of where he places them. This set up the winning goal in Saddleback's first ever home game to Joel Smith, as a matter of fact. And there's an own goal. It goes off the Rustlers on that long throw-in. Thank you, Ryan Mann, for illustrating my point, because he does throw those with a beautiful touch, usually into the 6-yard box, and that one will drop in. We'll see how they scored officially, but it looked like it went off a Rustler defender, and Daniel Berrigan couldn't do anything about it. I don't think a Bobcat got a piece of it. I think it just went off the head, unfortunately for Golden West, and went above Berrigan into the back of the net. Neck guard, back of the net dances, score for Saddleback, 1-0. And we will see how the official score puts that, but I believe that's an own goal on the Rustlers, but it's still 1-0 now for Saddleback. In the 54th minute. As soon as we get official confirmation on that, or if a Bobcat did indeed get a piece of it, but it sure looked like it was just kicked off the head of a Rustler defender, and unfortunately out of the reach of a leaping Daniel Berrigan. So the Rustlers find themselves down 1-0, moving left to right in their away white uniforms. Carlo over to Ponce. Ponce. Now the Rustlers. Abe's done a nice job. I believe that's Abe in there. No, that's Victor Santana, number 39, not 36. It was an own goal. Ryan Mann gets an assist because of the throw-in that went off of the Rustler defender. So, yep, in the 53rd minute, Saddleback takes a 1-0 lead on the own goal. Ryan Mann with that well-placed long throw-in from the sideline, which he's shown he's quite good at. As I mentioned, the very first victory for the Saddleback men's program against Pasadena City in September, the first home game, too, for the Bobcats in about the 96th minute. It was in stoppage time in the second half. just before the whistle, Bobcats had that long throw in. Man got it in there. It kicked around a little bit, and Joel Smith got a perfect opportunity and blasted it to the back of the net. And the Bobcats had their first ever men's soccer win. And now we're into October. And the Bobcats are 4-2-1. They've added 3 more wins since then, including an OEC opening victory against Cyprus last week here at College Drive East. Looking to get another home win here today. They are unbeaten here at home. I may have mentioned that earlier, but the Bobcats are 3-0 here at College Drive East. As I mentioned earlier, I know that Golden West has 5 draws. 4 of those have been on the road. So their 2-2-5 record, 4 of those 5 draws have been while they're the away team. Marco Cortez had it for a moment. Carlo's in there scrambling with him now. Wrestlers coming out of the scrum. They've got a little bit of movement now. Vieira, nice thought there. Kicks over on the right-hand side to Lopez, who lofts a high ball that's just got a little bit too much on it. Nicholas Harrison had come up off the line a little bit. And Eddie Lopez saw that, got a nice feed. Don't know if it was deflected, but Vieira was trying to get it over to that side. It got to Eddie. He got inside the penalty area, lofted a shot with much more touch than my lob wedge, and just a little bit too high, went over the top of the crossbar harmlessly into the back of the top side of the net. And the Bobcats dodged one there, and now they've got a foul on the Rustlers. Free kick at midfield. Ryan Mann will take it for Saddleback. Comes at it quickly, gets it down the field to Ponce. He centers it in. Nice centering pass. He had Simus, Tyler Peterson, and Pedro Castillo, I believe, all in the near the 6-yard box, but they couldn't get ahead on it. It went defender for the Rustlers, put it over the end line into touch. So now it'll be another corner for the Bobcats. We're starting to really dominate that statistic. I believe this will be their 8th of the game for only 3 for the Rustlers, but they haven't done much with it. The only goal, the own goal off a throw-in. There's a nice centering pass, but Berrigan well positioned. Beautiful kick by Nathan Aquino from the far side on the corner. Bobcats got a indifferent kind of a boot on it, and Berrigan was able to make the save. Now the Rustlers trying to wrestle their way down the field, and I think they've wrestled a little too much, and there's a foul on Golden West. Good aggressive attempt, but just no place to go. Good defense as usual by the Bobcats. Ryan Mann sends it back over towards Harrison. Alex Avila up the right-hand side. Steady, smart. Alex positions himself well throughout the game. Mann up to Marco Cortez. Carlo with it now. Brian centering pass, a little bit too strong there, a little bit too far ahead of Juan Ponce. Joel Garcia, number 8 for the Rustlers. Now the Bobcats get it back. Now it slips between defenders. Joel Smith has got a run on the left-hand side. Beautiful pass up in front. Oh, and Berrigan came off of the goal line. Could not get the shot away. Beautiful give and go. Beautiful give and go by the Bobcats there. Joel Smith to Juan Ponce, the freshman out of Capo Valley. Juan took it in on Daniel Berrigan, who came off the line and got just enough of it to knock Juan off of his run, prevent the scoring opportunity, and Juan's shaken up on the play a little bit. Training staff for the Bobcats come out to take a look. First real chance of the second half, aside from the own goal, which is the only score of the game. Golden West with an own goal, so Saddleback leads 1-0 here. 31 minutes on the countdown clock. And we're into the 60th minute here in this Orange Empire Conference men's soccer contest. As I mentioned before, B.J. McNichol, head coach of both programs now, this brand new first year for Saddleback men's soccer 2023. And also he's been coach of the women's team for, so there was a penalty. All right, so they're putting it on the spot. Did not see the indication from referee Munoz that it was in fact a penalty. And they called it on Berrigan, the goalkeeper. So he got a yellow card right there, and he's going to have to face Joel Smith on a penalty kick. So here we go. Bobcats with a chance to capitalize. And Joel Smith will take from the spot, rolls it to the right, follows up his own miss on the nice save by Berrigan. And Joel Smith gets the rebound goal. Score for Saddleback as he makes the net cords dance. Tried to do a little change up to the right-hand post, low grounder. Berrigan read it well, dove left, made the stop, but Joel Smith was right there to follow up that rebound and make the back of the net dance for the score for the Saddleback Bobcats to take a 2-0 lead in the 61st minute. They lead Saddleback 2, Golden West 0. So Berrigan kept Juan Ponce out of the net there with his yellow card. Had to come off and do something. It wasn't, the only thing Daniel Berrigan could do on that play, because the beautiful give and go between Smith and Juan, and then got the foul, the yellow card penalty kick awarded by referee Munoz. And Joel stepped up, did not drill it on the first try, but stay with it. There's an opportunity for the Rustlers in the middle, but Saddleback converges and keeps the centering pass from becoming problematic and send it down to the Golden West end of the pitch. So Berrigan got the yellow card and the foul in the box that led to the penalty kick. Joel Smith, Berrigan made the save, but Smith was there for the rebound. Crushed it into the back of the net from close range. And it's 2-0 Bobcats, looking to move ahead of Golden West in the Orange Empire Conference standings. Rustlers with 4 points, Saddleback with 3. There's a foul on the Bobcats. Will set up a free kick just outside the penalty area. I think they got Pedro Castillo. So 6th goal of the season for Joel Smith. He retakes the team lead. He had been tied with Sepp Sotekashan, who played the first half at the forward position where the vast majority of Saddleback goals have come from. There's the free kick into the box, headed away by the Bobcats nicely. Goes out there, line drive. Harrison can't quite handle that long bouncing shot. Munoz has got there's a flag up, and the Rustlers were offside on the rebound. So as I mentioned, 6th goal of the season for Joel Smith. They survive the free kick from just outside the penalty area. Rustlers had an opportunity there, but the second chance led to an offside. The flag went up here on the near sideline. And Nicholas Harrison, I'm going to check with the binoculars to see if that's still Nicholas, because B.J. McNichol does sub a lot of goaltenders, but it is still number 99, Nicholas Harrison. Frequently plays them for 1/2 each, although Ivan Hernandez did play the full game against Santa Ana on Friday. Nicholas doing a nice job here today in his 3rd start of the season. Vieira with a beautiful weighted pass. There's that long looping pass that the Rustlers like up the field. They try and create one-on-one opportunities. Got a little bit of one here. The shot is wide, hard shot. Nice effort there after the beautiful lead pass. Christopher Loera moved himself into position and launched a blast from the top of the box that is wide right. And Nicholas Harrison will take the goal kick. 26 minutes on the countdown clock. In the 62nd minute, the 66th minute, my bad. Berrigan sends it up to midfield. Kept in nicely over there on the sideline. But Diego Harrison comes off the line. Diego Pignon in the game for the Wrestlers here in the second half. There's Carlo. Brian moves it up the left-hand side. It gets around a couple of Wrestler defenders. Spencer Simas gets it back to the streaking Carlo, who tries to center it just out of Joel Smith's reach. He was going to one-time that from just above the penalty spot. Good thought by Brian Landeruzzi Carlo, number 11 for the Bobcats. Smith was well positioned. Just couldn't quite get the boot on it. Wrestlers will have a throw-in in the Saddleback end. Along the end line, knocked away. It'll be a corner for the Wrestlers. Trying to even up that number. Saddleback has had a little bit of a advantage offensively with the 8-3 advantage in corners, now 8-4. Nothing happening there. Francisco Vieira is down. I think he was just more frustrated than anything else. And another throw in for the Bobcats. So Joel Smith, who sat out the first half in each of the last two games, leading scorer for the Bobcats. We're guessing it's just kind of maybe just one of those little nagging injuries, and B.J. McNichol doesn't want to burn him out too early here in the conference season, because he certainly looks healthy here in the second half against the Wrestlers, getting the first Saddleback true goal. They got an own goal off of the Wrestlers earlier in the half for 1-0, and then Joel Smith, after Berrigan saved the penalty kick by Joel, came over and got the rebound and put it into the back of the net. So it's 2-0 Saddleback here. Under 23 on the countdown clock. Foul on the Bobcats. And here come the Wrestlers trying to get something going. Nice little back kick attempt. That was very pretty. It didn't accomplish much, but it shows the skills the Wrestlers have. That was Diego Pignon again, number 10. Out of Carson, California, Mission Academy. And the Bobcats got something going here. Oh, tried to get it over to Simas, nicely knocked away by the Wrestlers. Now into the left-hand corner where Spencer takes it off his chest, looking for some options. Gets it over to Carlo. Carlo, nice defense from backside there by Golden West. There's a foul against the Bobcats on Pedro Castillo. And the Wrestlers will have the free kick. There's Joel Smith just trotting past the ball. And down the left-hand side, they like those long passes, does Golden West. Christopher Loera into the box to Uviera, made a nice move to get open in the middle. Christopher Loera made a nice pass there, but Saddleback converged before Francisco could get a good foot on it. And now the Bobcats got something going up the left-hand side. Here comes Carlo. Brian Landeruzzi tried to get it across the middle of the field to Tyler Peterson, but the Rustlers were there, and the Bobcats were offside as it was. We approach the 70th minute, 2-0, Saddleback. Bobcats 2, Rustlers 0 here at Saddleback College, Saddleback Stadium, College Drive East. Come out and see a match. If not the men's team, come see the women's team. Saddleback's top-ranked, defending national champion, junior college level 3. Women's soccer team undefeated this year, 7-0-1. Also playing Golden West today at Golden West in conference play. The Lady Bobcats, also coached by B.J. McNichol. He's been the head coach of the women's program since 2012. Nice little bit of footwork there by the Rustlers. Tried to get something to go into the middle of the field. Pass was a little errant. They'll have to reset on their own side of the pitch. But now they start moving aggressively over to that left wing. Loera, nicely blocked, knocked away. Good aggressive play. There's a handball against the Bobcats. It'll be a free kick. For the Rustlers, Alex Jimenez, the head coach of the Rustlers men's team in his 10th season, I believe. So we got a card there against the Bobcats as well, it looks like. Somebody just went into the book. I'll get that from you, from the official scorer. Yeah, they got Sepp. Sepp Soda Kashoun is back in the game for the Bobcats, so they've got he and Joel Smith out on the field at the same time for the first time today. Their two top scorers. Joel took over the goal lead. They were tied at 5 goals each, Joel and Sepp coming into today's game. Joel got the rebound off of his own saved penalty kick. Berrigan did a great job, Daniel diving to his left. Joel tried to cross him up, a little bit of a change-up, but quickly got the rebound for the goal to make it 2-0, and that's where we stand here with about 18 to play on the countdown clock. Nice long lead into the corner. Saddleback once again, though, those long looping lead passes. I've made this reference before with another opponent. In hockey, they call it dump and chase, where you send the long pass down into the opponent's zone and you're just trying to beat them to the ball. Golden West trying to stay onside and then trying to use speed and well-placed long passes to create opportunities. The problem for them is Saddleback's defense is getting back and preventing those opportunities. Here's a corner with Vieira's going to take it, trying to get the Rustlers into a position to put one on the board to make this a one-goal game. Long looper into the box, headed around by multiple players. 1, 2, 3, 4 headers. There's Smith fighting for it, good challenge. And there's going to be a foul there on Joel. Yeah, he's holding him off. Is it Joel or is that Tyler Peterson? No, that's Joel Smith, yeah. He was fighting for the ball in midfield. Rustlers quickly take the free kick. Vieira tried to left foot it from above the top of the box. Knocked away by the Bobcats. And now Smith has got it with Sepp out in front of him. A couple of Rustlers converge on him, knock it away. Trying to get something going towards the middle of the field. Wondering if Saddleback is overplaying the corners because of those long lead passes along the sidelines that Golden West has been trying throughout the game. Nothing doing there. Free kick for the Bobcats. And they'll send it down. Sepp chases it down towards the right corner. Santana will mark him there. Sepp sends it back out. Dominic Ochoa, number 19 for the Bobcats, here come the Rustlers up the left sideline. They've got a little room down that left side now. Vieira cuts over to his right. A little more emphasis on getting it to the middle. Good give and go, but again, nicely broken up there by Saddleback. Alex Martinez said, yeah, that's a nice thought there, Francisco, but my feet are going to be in your way. And now the Rustlers say, we've got more coming at you, though. And here they come. Vieira's got, if he's onside, he's got room, and he's got a goal if it stands. I don't see a flag come up yet. We'll see if they're one. No, that's going to be a score for Golden West. Francisco Vieira, beautiful give and go, gets the goal, sprints into the back of the net to pick it out to set up the kickoff. He doesn't waste any more time because we're approaching 15 minutes on the countdown clock, and that makes it 2-1. A lot better than 2-0 if you're a Rustler fan. Nice play by Francisco. He had a beautiful pass. I'll get the assist for you in just a moment. But Francisco Vieira, who we mentioned has scored the vast majority of Golden West goals, that's his 7th of the season. No other player on the team has more than 1. So he continues his leading scorer ways and makes it a 2-1 game in the 76th minute. And things get a little more tense here at College Park East. See how the Bobcats respond. Eddie Lopez had the assist. It was a beautiful pass. Great little give and go. 3 quick passes, then Lopez over to Vieira. And that was an errant pass by Ryan Mann that Vieira almost got a head on. He did get a head on it. He just couldn't get it towards the goal. If he'd had it towards the far left post, Nicholas Harrison was coming out the other way. But no harm done. And the Bobcats trying to respond. Castillo on the challenge at midfield. Rustlers feeling new life now. From 2-0 to 2-1. And still 14 minutes and change with stoppage time to play. It's a brand new ball game here at Saddleback College. Mark Spin enjoying bringing this to you. Men's college soccer action, Orange Empire Conference, visiting Golden West in the white on the throw-in here, going left to right. Vieira with a nice little high leg boot pass, but it goes out of bounds. And the Bobcats will have a throw-in, and they're going to have some substitutions. Spencer Simas returns to the game. And I think we're going to see Christopher Medrano, number 22, for the first time for the Bobcats. We are. And the Rustlers had some substitutions as well. Fresh legs coming on. I believe that's Toon, number 30, in for the Rustlers. There's Vieira, who has come on in the second half to show why he is the leading scorer. It's fun to watch, folks. He's got a nice flow. He's from Portugal, you know. He's obviously played at a high level in his youth, and it's showing here. And he's got a blast from on top of the arc. And it's going to go off of a Bobcat, I believe, to set up a... Nope, it just sailed on him. He just did not get a clean cleat on it. But it was... He had a look. But it was going to take a heck of a shot against Harrison from that far out. He shot a rocket, but it definitely had too much oomph on it. And the Bobcats dodged that push by the Rustlers. Little scrum on the right-hand sideline. Saddleback comes out with it. Joel Smith with it. Now he backfoots it over into the middle of the field. The little room there, errant pass by the Bobcats, gets away. It's a good thought. I believe that was Bram Frazier, number 2, on for the Bobcats. As the warm day and the artificial turf and the sunshine right on top of it, probably leading to a little fatigue on both sides, hence the substitutions here as we approach 11 minutes on the countdown clock. Ryan Mann, I believe he's been in there all day. So the Rustlers got the goal on Francisco's 7th of the season. 7 goals and an assist. Eddie Lopez with the beautiful pass to set that up. Countdown clock says 10 minutes and 45 seconds. Little back-footed action. Ryan Mann clears it out. Up to Joel Smith at near midfield. Joel's going to try and swing it over to Medrano. Nothing doing there. Rustlers take it away. Joel Garcia. A lot of activity, number 8 there for the Rustlers. Getting in the middle, intercepting passes, keeping the Bobcats pinned along the sideline. Now they've got some room, and they've got to move up to Ochoa with it. Gets it over to Bram Frazier, trying to split defenders. Is Bram Frazier? He does, but Brannigan comes off of the line. Daniel Brannigan. Good aggressive play by the goalkeeper, Daniel Brannigan. All 6'3" of them from Long Beach, Jordan. Bram Frazier did a great job coming between 2 Rustler defenders, fighting his way through and keeping possession. But Daniel Brannigan came off the line and dove and smothered it. And Daniel's getting a little stretching in out on top of the goal box, out on top of the arc, actually, well up the field. Because the Rustlers are down 1 and there's under 10 to play. High looping shot, never really had a chance. Rustlers trying to put one on the net. I believe that was Santana. Let's see. Bobcats try that long looping pass down the sideline. Joel Smith has got it on the left sideline. Nice little pass into Ochoa, who shoots from point blank range, and Brannigan saves it, but it was offside anyway against the Bobcats. Flag was up. Nice thought it was Medrano there, not Ochoa, that Joel Smith was trying to get the ball to, and Christopher tried to get it past Brannigan. He was offside. But Brannigan again showing why he's got a couple of shutouts this season and that 1.38 goals against average. He's only given up 1 himself here today. The first Saddleback score was an own goal against the Rustlers here in the second half after the long throw-in by Ryan Mann into the 6-yard box, glanced off the head of a Rustler defender, and Daniel couldn't do anything about that one. He saved a penalty kick against Joel Smith, but Smith came in on the rebound to get the second goal for Saddleback. So he saved the penalty kick, but was just in no position to be able to stop the rebound, which Joel smartly showed his experience and smarts and just followed it in and blasted it in for the second goal. And that's where we are, 2-1 after Francisco Vieira took the beautiful pass from Lopez just a few minutes ago to make it 2-1. Golden West looking for the equalizer. Brannigan shoots it up the right-hand side. Intercepted there nicely by Spencer Simas. He comes down into the penalty area, gets the left foot on it. No, he's going to be knocked down. There's no foul on the play. Good aggressive run. Goal kick comes out quickly. Brannigan gets it out to midfield. Rustlers trying to get it to the middle. Broken up nicely there by Bram Frazier. He had help from Alex Martinez to shut that down on the left side. But here come the Rustlers again on that same left side. That's Francisco Vieira. Keep your eyes on him. Number 7, long lead pass on the right-hand sideline. Turf Monster got his teammate streaking down the right-hand side. It was a good thought. But Joey Trujillo, something I used to be a victim of, the Turf Monster, when you just lose your footing running free. It happens, folks. Happens to everybody. think the pass was going to be a little bit too far towards the corner for Trujillo to have any real opportunity with it. But Golden West aggressive. With 6 minutes to go on the countdown clock, 2-1, Saddleback leads Golden West here at Saddleback College, Saddleback Stadium. Beautiful facility here, College Drive East. Opened 3 years ago, multi-purpose. Beautiful track and field facility, Saddleback College. American football, soccer matches, they can do a lot here. Loose ball in the box. Simus has got it over there. Joel Smith will track it down in the corner, fighting between defenders, and it'll go off of the Bobcats. It went off of Smith, who looks around and says, well, no, it didn't. Actually, it should be a corner for us. The linesman and referee Munoz say no. Goal kick. Not quite desperation time yet for Golden West, but the press is on to be sure. They are going to be focused on just getting it down the field as quickly and often as they can. Smith's a little slow to get up. Now, we speculated, and it is speculation. We don't know if Joel's got a little nagging injury he's dealing with. I thought he was moving a little slow at the end of the Cyprus game last Tuesday, a week ago. Just looked like it, and it could have just been that he was tired, because that was a hard physical game against the Cyprus Chargers to open Orange Empire Conference play. But Joel just looked a little less like himself, because he's an aggressive, slashing, physical player. And he just looked like he had kind of just either run out of gas that day or something was bothering him. He did not play in the first half. Friday at Santa Ana, did play in the second half, and did not play in the first half here today, but has played the entire second half until now, because he's come off after being attended to by the trainer. And it just might be another thing where something else has left him unable to give his best, because he's a gamer and he would not come out unless he had to. But walking off looks fine. Just, it's not you get kicked the back of the shin, something like that. It's not a lot of fun to keep going when you got 9 Charlie horses, on both legs, because you're in the middle, grinding it out every game, creating goal opportunities, which is why you're the leading scorer for Saddleback, with getting his 6th today to take the lead over from Sepp. They were tied at 5 each coming in. All right, long free kick for the Bobcats. Into the box, headed by Simus, too far right, but Spencer did a nice job of getting up over the Rustler defenders. But it'll be a goal kick for Golden West with 3 minutes to go on the countdown clock. As I mentioned, it stops at 2 here, and then the official time is kept on the field by referee Munoz. Headed away there nicely by Saddleback. That's Juan over there to get it. He dribbles towards the middle of the field, challenged nicely by Lucas Chavez, number 29. Bobcats go to the right side. Pedro Castillo gets a nice pass from Carlo, but again, the Rustlers are back well on defense. Sean Allen knocks it away, but it's a corner for the Bobcats, and we're coming up on that 2-minute mark where the clock will stop on the scoreboard. Munoz will keep it, the referee, down in the field, plus any stoppage time. We're not sure about how much stoppage time will be added. Should be a few minutes here, because a few players have gone down and needed the trainer to come out and take a look at them. So we might see upwards of 6 minutes or so of stoppage, but that is just speculation, because they don't tell us. They don't have the digital sign. They do tell the coaches on the sidelines. All right. Header off of the long corner kick. Carlo diving forward, it looked like. I believe that was Brian who came in there and took the long corner kick into the box, but couldn't put it on target. Nathan Aquino with another well-placed corner from the far corner. Goal kick now, and we're at that 2-minute stoppage mark. So now it's up to Munoz on the field through the end of these last 2 minutes of regulation, and then however much stoppage time will be added. Daniel boots it down the field into the Saddleback end. Bobcats take it away. Down the right side. Centering pass. Spencer Simus, diving stop by Berrigan. Beautiful job by Daniel Berrigan after the nice give and go by the Bobcats. And that was Joel Smith who made that pass, so he just came out of the game for a couple of minutes and he's back in. No worse for wear after briefly coming off. Bobcats will throw it in. We're probably approaching the end of 2 minutes of regulation. Coming up on whatever stoppage time referee Munoz will be adding. Will be a throw in for the Rustlers. A foul on Saddleback. Great save by Daniel Berrigan just a moment ago on Spencer Simus. Beautiful pass by Joel Smith. Almost had the clincher, but now Golden West looking for the equalizer. From the Saddleback end, inside midfield, long looping pass into the box, looped up into the air. That's a little bit dangerous. Saddleback's going to have to, and there's an offside flag goes up. The Rustlers are ahead of the game, and the flag come up on the near sideline. Offside called against the Rustlers, sets up a goal kick. And those seconds are ticking away. Again, I do not have a way of telling you exactly how much stoppage time was added or how much time is left, but it's getting to be tight. Probably a couple, 3 minutes left easy, but after that, we don't know. Bobcats at the left-hand sideline. Marco Cortez with it. Brian Carlo moving back towards his own goal, playing a little keep away. Nicholas Harrison lets it come all the way into the penalty area and boots it out just over the midfield line into Rustlers' territory. Slide tackle there by Juan Ponce is no good. It's all good. They say play on. Nicholas Aquino defending on the left. The Rustlers try and cross. Can't get it there, but they'll have a throw in. Golden West. Santana over to Sean Allen. Taken away at midfield by Simus. He's been everywhere today. Left side. Goes down into the corner. There's a race for the ball down there. Who's going to win that one? And it goes off of the Rustlers to set up another goal kick for the Bobcats. And time is running out on Golden West. They trail 2-1. Saddleback 2, Golden West 1. Here in Orange Empire Conference men's soccer into stoppage time. Whistle will be coming soon. Simus wins the ball over there. Up ahead to Carlo. Carlo trying to get around Sean Allen. Allen does a nice job of shielding him. Puts it back to Berrigan, who sends it out to midfield. Here come the Rustlers trying to get one more push before Munoz blows the whistle as we're into stoppage time. Joel Smith challenging on the far sideline. And Joel's going to get a yellow card for his effort there. A little bit too aggressive on Lucas Chavez. So Joel will get the card. And the Rustlers will set up, which could be their final attempt here in stoppage time in the second half, but we don't know. But it's getting tight now for the Rustlers. They trail 2-1. Golden West looking for the equalizer. Send it towards the Saddleback. Harrison comes off the goal line. The ball is loose, and it's going to roll in for Golden West. And that is probably going to make it the final score of 2-2 because that was at near the end of what should be the closeout of stoppage time. Ball bounced around after the free kick, after the foul. And Golden West got the goal. I don't think anybody from Saddleback could get a foot on it. Might have got off of Joel Foot's foot after he stuck it in there to try and knock it away. But I believe that's just a good, solid goal that'll be credited, if I got it right with my binoculars, to Lucas Chavez, who was fouled over there on the far sideline. After Joel Smith, yes, it was Lucas Chavez. Vieira got the assist. Francisco found Lucas Chavez. And Chavez, after the aggressive challenge by Joel Smith led to the yellow card, took advantage that Golden West takes advantage of the set play off the free kick. Vieira got it over to Chavez. And Chavez got a good, hard boot on it. May or may not have glanced off at Joel Smith as he tried to get in the lane between Harrison and himself. Nicholas is upset down at the far end. Nothing you could do about that one, Nicholas. You had too much of a path. There's a player down on the field, and that's going to do it, folks. The whistle is done. A couple of players down on the field. I think they're just worn out from an exciting game back and forth here at Saddleback College. Saddleback gets an own goal early on for a 1-0 lead after a Rustler defender inadvertently headed one into the net over Daniel Berrigan. Saddleback got a second goal from Joel Smith following up his own penalty kick, which Berrigan saved to make it 2-0, but then the Rustlers come back with a goal by Francisco Vieira, their leading scorer, and then Lucas Chavez on an assist. Vieira's goal assisted by Eddie Lopez, beautiful pass, and then Vieira makes a beautiful pass to Lucas Chavez on the right side, and he drills one past Nicholas Harrison, who was really, there was nothing he could do to make it 2-2, and that's where we're going to end up, a 2-2 draw, and that is the 6th draw of the season for the Golden West Rustlers, including 5 on the road with this one here today. So the Rustlers are now 2-2-6, 1-1-1 in conference play. The Bobcats are 4-3-1 and 1-1-1 in conference play. That is all for us today here at Saddleback College. I'm Mark Spen. Thank you for joining us here for this match between visiting Golden West and Saddleback. Our final score again, Golden West 2, Saddleback 2. We'll see you on our next telecast, live stream, which is coming up. Look at my schedule real quick, folks. On Tuesday the 17th against Santiago Canyon here from College Drive East, Saddleback Stadium. Have a great day.